For the sake of my mental health, here are some UFC fighters that I am praying bounce back from their L's, man. We need these guys catching some freaking dubs. Kai Asakura, guys, if you don't want to see this guy be great in the flyweight division, you are a hater. You are an absolute hater. Okay, Kai Asakura is an animal. He's unorthodox. He throws the craziest strikes I've ever seen out there in the flyweight division, and I want this guy to bounce back more than ever. His loss to Pantoja was rough, okay? He was on top of the world. He had all the confidence in the world, and then to get submitted and just shut down like that, that's got to be a killer, but I hope this dude bounces back stronger than ever before. I hope to see Kai Asakura bounce back even harder in 2024. I was going to rhyme there, but I couldn't really make anything up, so sorry about that. Oh, Steve Astro Boy Ursek, why, man? Why did he have to make so many rookie mistakes against Pantoja, man? The vet, the savvy vet. Oh, and then he comes back and gets knocked out by Kai Asakura stiff. Oh, man. All I can say is, listen, I am hoping for Astro Boy to bounce back against Brandon Moreno, but the chances are slim to none, my man. The chances are about as slim as a Slim Jim. Oh, man. Astro Boy might be cooked, guys. This one might just be a dagger to the heart in 2025. Tatsuro Taira is literally so young, man. I hope this loss isn't detrimental to his career. I hope it doesn't send him the wrong way. It was a close, split decision loss to Raw Dog Royval. Listen, I know Tatsuro Taira is going to bounce back. I know it. I know he's going to bounce back. I am so confident I know he's going to bounce back. Tatsuro Taira is going to bounce back. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to say. Cameron Simon, man, I hope Cameron Simon bounces back. He's a killer. He faced two back-to-back very good opponents in Christian Rodriguez and Peyton Talbot. You know, his inexperience kind of showed a little bit, but listen, he is 24 or 23 years old. He's so young. He's going to learn so much over the course of the next, 2-3 years. I am praying that Cameron Simon bounces back and just doesn't turn into some journeyman, bro. I need Cameron Simon up at the top level competing for that bantamweight belt, bro. Please. Please, Cameron, bounce back. Song Yadong, man, I'm not going to lie. I feel like I was one of the only ones that was rooting for him over Petr Yan. Listen, I know Petr Yan is a beast. He's a dog. He's a fan fave. But Song Yadong is a killer, man. How can you not mess with Song Yadong? Okay? I hope Song Yadong bounces back. I know he's got a fight against Henry Cejudo. Man, I hope he crushes Henry Cejudo like a can of beans that has been opened and it's empty, okay? And he could just easily crush Henry Cejudo like a freaking open can of beans and then destroy him and bounce. Umar Nurmagomedov, man, I hope he bounces back from this broken hand and this loss to Merab Dvalishvili. I know it kills the Nurmagomedovs to have a loss, to have a taint like this on the record, but listen, Umar is super young. I do have a very strong feeling that he's going to bounce back stronger than ever before. I mean, Khabib is going to discipline the crap out of this dude. Islam Makhachev is going to teach him that there are levels to being champion. Okay? Umar Nurmagomedov is going to bounce back stronger than ever before. And listen, I was the one rooting for Merab Dvalishvili to beat Umar, okay? I knew that Merab Dvalishvili was going to come in here and implement his game plan. Was I sweating when he was down 2 rounds to nothing? You know, the first few rounds. Yeah, absolutely I was sweating. But did I doubt Merab ever in the slightest? Maybe I did a little bit, but at the end of the fight, I didn't. I'll tell you that. At the end of the fight, I didn't. After round 3, I didn't. Listen, all I got to say is Umar Nurmagomedov, I hope he bounces back stronger than ever before. I need to see this guy at the top. I need to see him with that championship belt wrapped around his waist, man. Super Sadiq Youssef, man. Sadiq Youssef has got to be one of my favorite underrated fighters. Okay, this guy does not get the love that he deserves. And yes, he did take a brutal knockout loss to Diego Lopes. And yes, he did give up a brutal comeback win to Edson Barbosa. But guys, listen. Super Sadiq Youssef, I need to see him on top again. I need to see him come out with that bandana of his and just look like an absolute unit. Hey, I need to see this guy off a W, please. Oh. Man, I don't even want to talk about this one, okay? I don't even want to talk about Max Holloway. Max went from being on top of the world, knocking out Justin Gaethje, becoming the BMF, to this, man. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, man? Are you serious? And then not to mention this guy, too? This guy, too? Really? Both of them are victims. Alexander Volkanovski, too? Man, Dude, I need to see Max and Volk bounce back. If these two I'm literally I'm jumbling my words, man. If these two don't bounce back, it's going to be a detrimental hit to my mental health, bro. Please, at least one of them. At least one of them. But if both can bounce back, please, please. You know, Elves Brenner just seems like a good guy, man. He just seems like a very chill guy. I just want to see this dude win again, bro. I just want to see him win and dye his blonde hair all red and just end the vicious fight off with a victory. That's all I want to see. But it's that simple. You know, all I got to say is screw that staff. Screw that staff that decided to pull up on BSD a few weeks before the biggest fight of his career against Dustin Poirier, which led him to get knocked out. And then after that knockout, BSD was never the same because when he came out to face Moicano, it looked like he had no idea what the heck he was even doing. You know, if it weren't for that leg injury, who knows where this crotch sniffer Gamrot would be? Who knows what kind of position Mateus Gamrot would have been had that leg injury never happened with Rafael Fiziev. Fiziev has been out for well over a year, almost a year and a half now, and all I gotta say is I hope this man bounces back because he's a warrior. He is absolutely vicious, and I love watching Rafael Fiziev fight. Ian Machado Gary, or however you say his full name now that he's married to that absolute gold digger of a cougar. Man, I hope this dude bounces back, okay? You know, as much as you want to bring up the past Ian Gary, and oh, you want to bring up how much of a cuck he is, and oh, how much of a little this he is, and oh, how big of a that he is. Listen, Ian Gary stepped up to the plate numerous times. This guy is willing to fight anyone, anytime, anywhere, and he has the skills and the potential to become a world champion. Ian Gary is going to be a killer, and I hope he bounces back strong. I need to see that rematch with Shavkat Rakhmonov once Shavkat loses to Bilal, and they need another title eliminator. Holy crap, for the life of me, I couldn't get that last phrase out. Maybe it's not meant to be. Maybe Ian Gary will not be a world champion. Maybe there won't be a title elimination. Maybe he'll get another loss. Oh, man. I hope Ian Gary bounces back and gets a win. Oh, that's all I got to say. I had to throw Ikram in here only because for some reason, Ikram Aliskerov literally had some sort of only loss to Khamzat Chimaev aura, so like everyone expected big things out of him. And he really looked like a freak, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, Robert Whittaker just shut him down in like minutes. So I hope Ikram Aliskerov bounces back just for the sole reason that I would love to see some potential out of this guy. That's it. Michel No Gas Pereira. Guys, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. Michel Pereira is a very fun fighter to watch, especially in that first round, as long as he's not gassed and can't really do anything. But you cannot deny that you don't enjoy watching Michel Pereira. He's super dynamic, and I would love to see this guy bounce back. I just hope he doesn't take too many losses to where he's getting cut from the UFC. The Reaper is making the list, the former middleweight champion of the world. Okay, Robert Whittaker. I need Robert Whittaker bouncing back. I need Robert Whittaker bouncing back for more than just mental health reasons. My life will not be the same if this guy goes on a massive losing streak. That loss to Chimaev, it left me speechless. Okay, I did not think that Robert Whittaker was going to go in there and just get absolutely ragdolled like a plastic doll, okay? Khamzat Chimaev jumped on him like one of those jiu-jitsu dummies and just destroyed him. Okay, Robert Whittaker showed absolutely no resistance at all. Like, literally none. I'm trying to think and be like, well, he showed a little bit of resistance. No, there was literally no resistance at all. Okay? And I'm not saying this to dog Robert Whittaker. I'm saying this out of frustration. I just hope that Robert Whittaker can bounce back, bro. His jaw was absolutely destroyed. I just hope he can bounce back. I just hope he can bounce back. Vitor Petrino, man, I had high hopes for this guy. I had high hopes for Vitor Petrino going into the Anthony Smith fight, and he got submitted. And then I said, all right, he's gonna bounce back against Dustin Jacoby. And then he got absolutely chinned. Man, Vitor Petrino is like 27 or 28 years old. Vitor has the skills to be great, man. I think it was the experience. I think it was the lack of high-level experience specifically that just held Vitor Petrino back. But I hope this guy can bounce back. I hope he can get a few wins, and I hope he can climb back into the top of the light heavyweight division. Because Vitor Petrino, I think he could be something, man. I think he could be something in this light heavyweight division, seriously. And in honor of doing an athlete from every single division, Alexander Volkov, I hope Alexander Volkov bounces back. Dude, that decision was absolutely BS. You cannot say, listen, I had Ciryl Gane. I was rooting for Ciryl Gane. And even I can sit here and acknowledge that Alexander Volkov won that fight. Now, to be fair, neither of them won that fight. I'm pretty sure there was a Kimura position that was just sitting there for 3 minutes, and Volkov literally did nothing about it. He was just content sitting on top of Ciryl Gane. So from that aspect, I don't care that he got robbed. But you cannot sit here and deny that Alexander Volkov deserves to win his next fight and to bounce back, man, after that poor robbery. Guys, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to drop down in the comments and let me know who you agree with, who you disagree with. Who do you want to see bounce back from a recent L, okay? It could be an up-and-coming prospect. It could be a freaking UFC legend. It could be a savvy veteran that's on a 3-fight losing streak that you just don't want the UFC to cut. And while you're down there, man, drop in your comment, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, morning, evening, night. Deuce!